Hi guys, so today we are reviewing episode 5 of Shadowhunters. And Malik was in this one too, though not as much. But this was still, I think we've officially crossed the threshold of the awkwardness. I think that was in the first 3 episodes, and 4 got really good. This one was not my favorite, but it's probably second. It's probably in that second. It was really, really good, and they're not following the chronological order of the book, but they're picking and pulling what they want from the first book and mashing it all together. And I'm really curious to see how this all pans out, because you know they're going to want to end it on a cliffhanger because it's a TV show and you want that for the big grand finale. So, many things happened in this episode. Start off at the Institute. Quayle and Alec are having it out because Alec's the head of the Institute, or the temporary step-up one, takes this portal necklace. I don't think there was ever a portal necklace in the book, but okay, whatever, it fits. Her and Alec are having it out again, and then Isabel and Quayle are having some sister bonding time. You have this awkward parabatai hug between Chase and Alec. Oh, we've never seen Chase and Alec hug, though. Ever. Like, ever. It's just so weird, because I'm like, those are the 2 most unaffectionate people. We got introduced to Mama Lightwood. I don't remember how they said her name. I always say it Moss. I don't believe it was said Moss. But she barely says 5 words to Isabel. Walking over, and she's just sitting there admiring Jace. And whoever is playing her, they nailed that scene. It is so, that one scene where, and then Alec comes up, because this was this one part, Alec comes up and kisses his mom on the cheek, and I'm like, yeah, book Alec would never have done that to save his life. But that one scene where you have Jace, you have Quayle, you have Isabel, and you have Alec, and Moss is just taking the shit out of Isabel for being friends with Seelys, and Alec is mildly trying to defend her, but mostly kind of standing back, and Jace is more defending Isabel. And they come up with this plot, the Seelys have pulled back due to the Valentine killing their people, and that weird plot twist. And so Moss is like, Jace and Isabel, you're gonna go to Melior, and you're gonna solve this whole thing, and Alec, you're assigned to babysit Quayle, even though you're the oldest and you're kind of the temporary head lead. And she's just this one scene, and she's just taking it out. And Alec, this whole episode, Alec's my favorite, and watching him get taken out like that, it was just, so much pain. I was reduced to, because then him and Quayle are stuck there, and there's this awkward. They have these, sticks or whatever, and Quayle's just over to Alec, like, you're supposed to be the leader, and you make choices or whatever, and Alex just knocks her on her ass. Finally, we're seeing Quayle not have the training she needs. We've seen her fight and kill these demons before, but she has no training, guys. She's not supposed to be able to do any of this. She's supposed to be kind of useless. Sorry, but it's true. And then Clary's like, I saw this box in this little vision. I'm gonna go get the box. And Alec's like, you're not gonna get the box. And then Magnus calls up Alec, and he's like, hey, you wanna go for a drink sometime? And I could see Alec about to say yes. And he turns around and Clary's not there. He's like, yeah, I gotta go. Sounds fun. Maybe later. Don't get in the way of Malik, Clary. It'll get you. No. Alec say yes like it's a wedding proposal. Not that I'm saying it should be one. I just say that a wedding proposal in the future would not be a impossible question. And Alec has to go after Clary, and he finds her because he puts on an invisibility ruin. Number 1, she can know her ruins and draw on her ruins. She forgets her cell phone to be on silent, so Alec just calls her up. There was 2 or 3 things in this episode where it was so cliche, it's just like, really, man. But other than that, I would say this was still pairing off pretty well. When Jace finds out Quayle is taken at the loft and Alec can't protect her, that whole parabatai scene, there's 3 of them, honestly, and it's just, And clearly had to go and mention that Alec was in love with Jace, because he's like, why do you always look miserable all the time? It's none of your damn business, clearly. It's none. So they try doing this tracking moon, and doesn't work out for him. And Jace gets more mad at Alec. And he says this line to him, I don't remember what it was, and he's like, I didn't never lose her, whatever, and this is, I forgot what he said, but Isabel has to step in and be like, both of y'all stop it, but Jace is throwing in all the hard punches. And, even if you don't love Alec, that whole scene is just, stop it, Jace. Stop, you're being angry at the wrong person, and Alec did absolutely nothing wrong any time ever. And Clary and Simon got kidnapped by werewolves. We see this flash over to Chernobyl for Valentine. I like that they're hinting at the experimenting in the neck, which is really cool because they're foreshadowing that, or pre-shadowing that, whatever chronological order you're looking at. So that was one good detail I really, really liked. Got these werewolves. Got this alpha guy. You got Luke's friend, who I forgot the name of. Luke is not there, and they're just a pack, and they're like, yo, tell us where the cup is, and they threaten Simon again. Yeah. Okay, one thing, Simon is showing the vampire skills, and Alec is noticing this too, because Simon's scaling these walls, and he's grabbing doors and just yanking it open, and he pulls himself down from the handcuffs, and we flash over to Simon when they're being kidnapped, and he's being hung upside down. He's like, not this again. Come on, people, not this again. And then eventually he gets locked up in this locker, and he finds this whole scene. This part kind of ticked me off. It would have been one thing for a tracking moon to not work over the water. I don't know if that's a fact in the book or not, but this scene kind of irked me the most, because they found him in such it was too easy. It was too easy. Simon finds the phone in one of the lockers, calls up Clary, who mistakenly forgot her phone, and now Isabel and them have it. And they pick up, and he's like, I see water, I'm at a pier where I'm being held somewhere, and he goes to the lockers, he pulls out a menu of the cheap Chinese restaurant they're being held at. He's like, yeah, we're at so-and-so restaurant, and then he pauses, he's like, oh, they have really cheap cocktails. Die, just, oh, that's so much Simon, though. Yeah, I'm being kidnapped, but they have really cheap alcohol, so I need to put this on my Pinterest so I can make bookmark of this for later references. Oh, we briefly saw Raphaelian with Simon. Simon is, you're seeing what's happening to Simon. You have memos. Isabel comes and saves Simon. She's like, I'm getting really tired of saving your life. And when she just comes out, she's just like, that is Isabel. I did not like any of the characters, because with Mars there, they step down from their dominant figures. But when she's not there, we have the characters we love. So stay away, parents. Stay away. And Clary's been thrown in, like, some dark container holder. Tries to an opening moon. Man, you really think that's gonna work? Luke's the one who pulls open the door and goes to get her out, and gets intersected by Alec and Jace. There's a scene. I barely caught this, but Jace is like throws a punch at Luke, and they end up tossing Clary, and I saw Alec catch her and then set on the ground, and then he takes a shot at Luke, and then Jace knocks him out with a punch. Like, that whole, if you rewatch the episode and you're not knowing what I'm talking about, I swear to God, if you go to that scene, there's a part where Clary gets handed over to Alec, and I was so funny. I don't know why, but it was. And then we got to this more sad part. Luke defeats the Alpha, and a wolf bite must be sucked out by a warlock. And in the preview, we have Malik, because we have Magnus, and they're going to Magnus at the end, and Simon's driving, and Chase is in the passenger seat, and Clary's in the back with Luke, and they just leave, and Alec and Isabel there, and Chase is like, you can handle this, you can report this to Mom or whatever, and there's this dramatic scene at Alec looking at Chase. The parabatai bond, man. Y'all gonna stretch that for a while. Pain, man. And leave it like that. They're heading off towards Magnus. overall, I would say this was a pretty good episode. Each character was fitting how they wanted to. Clary was being a dumbass, obnoxious, impulsive self, just like the book. Jace was not cocky, but he was very angry, which I could see for book Jace. Alec was fitting in, and Simon. Both Alec and Simon have already started fitting in, like, long beforehand. Isabel, at one scene when she's taking it from her mom, and remember in City of Ashes when they're talking to their parents and Alec is there overhearing them, and then this is all told from Alec's point of view, and then you see Isabel come in and she just has her weapon. She's like, "Here you go, Mom. We're gonna go fight." And so that one scene where she's standing down, I was like, but her dividing up Jace and Alec and all of that. We will see more of this Valentine thing. We're going to see more of Celie's because they've been killed. We're going to see Luke. Luke is officially a werewolf, and Simon's about to be a vampire. So every pawn is now getting set on the board, and we're about to start playing. And yeah, I would now rank these. Fourth is still number 1 for me. This one is 5th, which is in the 2nd slot. Second one after that, first one after that, and the 3rd one still at the bottom, man. Sorry. But yeah, I'd rate this about like an 87%. It was still pretty good. It was still fun to watch. And now, like I said, we're going to see a lot more character involvement, especially with Luke, because we finally have a major adult figure talking about Clary's mom and what Clary's mom had done and all of that and how they had lied to him for years. So, yeah, that's my review. Thank you for watching. Bye!